First of all, if you're with us, let me say thank you. First of all, we're here. We're live at the Russell Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship with our first live podcast, man. Game plans off the dome, highlighting disruptive thinkers in Atlanta. And I'm honored to be here today. We are in a historic place at a historic time for a historic purpose, and I'm happy to be kind of kicking this off today, man, with my brother Charles Walker. First of all, brother, thank you for being here, man. Thank you for what you're doing out here in the community. Thank you for the legacy that you represent, and we're definitely going to go into a little bit of that, and for sharing, your message to the community. I think, wow, what a time that we live in right now, where we may not know it, but we are the play.
The time is now for the financial independence of hip-hop. As the #1 music genre in the world, hip-hop content creators are the most influential group of entrepreneurs on the planet, and they produce the most valuable digital assets online. By leveraging the power of hip-hop and using the most advanced blockchain technologies, we are proud to introduce to you Hop Stocks, the official currency of hip-hop. And we don't rely on data farms or complex mining rigs to create our cryptocurrency. No, just pure old talent. Now, creatives can earn cryptocurrency for doing what they love, and anyone can own a piece of hip-hop. Get your Hop Stocks today at hopstocks.com.
Yeah, but that's cool. So the point is, after just looking at, finances and how financial innovations actually fund music, and I realized most artists didn't know this.
Okay.
They had no clue about how to put together a business plan, let alone an investment plan.
Yeah.
Right? And that was it. So as I learned about cryptocurrency, I immediately saw, the first thing was the biggest. It's capable of storing value.
Okay.
Storing value. That was big for me at that point, because for about 2 or 3 years, man, I had been studying intellectual property, these copyrights and trademarks that all these artists have. And I was wondering, man, how come they not cashing out for their IP, for the copyrights, trademarks?
Yeah.
And I couldn't find any valuations, right? You have an artist, say T.I., Young Jeezy, or Jay-Z. I'm like, I can't find any valuations on their IP. Like, what is their portfolio truly worth? I'm not talking about in the market when they get likes, shares, and the music gets purchased. That's money of exchange. I'm talking about money of account, which is most money supply on the books. Like, on the books, did they document their value? Long story short, I realized it was a no.
No.
The answer was no.
They had not documented their value.
Most artists, if not all, are not receiving valuations for their copyrights, valuations for their trademarks. And what I noticed is, with cryptocurrency allowing you to store value, I was like, I bet you they're not getting these valuations, because most investment bankers aren't letting a hip-hop artist walk in with a copyright valuation and say, hey, here goes my $100 million valuation for my brand. Why don't you come put it into my asset portfolio?
Word.
They'll probably look at him like he's crazy, because their financial structure wasn't set up to deal with these, though lawful, assets.
$500,000, is that what you said? 500,000 or 500 million?
No, 500,000.
That's it.
It launches up the gate. That gets them out the blocks.
So if that's all you need, like there's a few people that can do that, but you gotta have that. If you had that ambassador, right? Like there's some athletes I know I can take to and be like, oh yeah, because them throwing 10, 20, 30, 40,000 in to just sit there and then flip it in a week. I'm good with that. That's they spending money. Which I gotta have that legitimate so that my gatekeeper don't throw a monkey wrench before I even get out the blocks. So That's how I would do it. Because once you get them, then you're gonna go get adoption. Because once LeBron say this is the way we doing it, that's what you're gonna get this done. Even taking somebody like a Shaq, who owns all of these franchises and says now Papa John's we accept now at right. That's how you do it.
Let's do it. Well, you got my mask.
Yeah.
A new day has come. Sable Ascent is taking your business around the world at no cost. We are connecting Black businesses in one global community, transacting with one currency, Stablecoin, creating one economy. Remember, you are not alone. A digital world is here. Register your business today at sableascent.com.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Donovan White. I'm the Alpha Rho Chapter President here at Morehouse College. We just want to wish Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated a happy Founders Day.
Campus of Morehouse College, in the historic district here in front of the Dr. King statue. And I thought it was only appropriate because of what we're talking about here today. We're talking about the opportunity to define a community with their own currency. And I have my brother here, Daryl Speaks. He's the CEO and founder of Sable Ascent. And Sable Ascent has created what's called Stablecoin. And Stablecoin is a global digital currency that is built around building the Black community and growing access to capital for Black businesses all over the globe. So Daryl, it's good to have you here, bro.
Have you? I got to shake the love of the hand. I appreciate you.
So tell me about this effort. How long have you been doing this, bro?
We've been on this since 2017 in August, and it's been an amazing journey and life learning of skills and connecting with people and really doing amazing work here.
Okay, so tell me about Stablecoin.
Yes.
Like, what is it? Most people that don't know anything about digital currency, can you give us a little quick about what is Stablecoin?
Absolutely. Stablecoin is actually a unit of exchange. It's made to exchange for products and services around the globe, and it's the wave of the future simply because the access to capital is so small, and the ability to trade value throughout multiple continents and countries is needed.
Okay, so if I own Stablecoin, what can I do with it?
Well, you can do a multitude of things. You can buy it on an exchange. You can buy it from us. You can earn it. You can buy it and utilize it to get access to products and services around the globe through different Black-owned businesses.
Okay.
And so there's a lot of things and use cases to what we call it.
So Stablecoin is money.
You can't call it money, but it's money. What is money, right?
Yeah.
Right. It's whatever we peg it to be.
Okay.
So in reality, it's basically a value of exchange and changing value.
Okay.
Because in the continent, the motherland, actually, because the value of currency is so low, we have to have something that's widely accepted across the diaspora.
Now, one thing, with all this conversation about Brexit and the U.S. dollar and how the dollar is a fiat currency, which means it's not backed by any real assets. It's different with Stablecoin. Can you tell me a little bit about the background of Stablecoin and what kind of assets are kind of staking the currency?
Well, what's happening is through our journey, what we have found is that with there not being any backing on relationship pegging in many sense to currency, we found that pegging this Black currency to economics of scales and mineral assets in the motherland is what we found to be the case. Wow. So we positioned it that way to be supported and pegged to mineral assets.
Wow. Mm-hmm. So there's actual value behind this currency, which means that this unit of exchange can't be manipulated in any way just by changing the numbers in a system. It's actually tied to actual mineral assets in the Republic of Congo, right?
That's correct. And we're working on some other countries as well, and actual land in other countries as well that are seeing value in a unit of exchange in the Black economy.
Okay.
Welcome to Sable Ascent. We are a global Black community of businesses, nonprofits, and consumers, exchanging a digital token to empower our community and obliterate poverty. It doesn't matter where you are or what you do, you can transact Sable Ascent tokens in our global ecosystem and marketplace. In today's global economy, we have moved from a paper society to a digital society. The time is now. Be a part of the new digital world of Sable Ascent.
People Station V103, ATL's number one for hip hop and R&B. On the phone, Corey Henry is with us. He is the president of STEM Revolution Inc., a science, technology, engineering, art, and mathematics-based educational service organization. They are a 501c3, but they got something big going on today.
Hey, good morning. How are you, sir?
Good morning, brother. You got a busy day ahead of you.
I do.
It all goes down at the America's Mart today. We're talking about STEM. Tell everybody what you got going on, Corey.
Oh, man, we have 1,200 students from over 30 high schools coming to a STEM Innovators and Training event. STEAM Revolution is the name of our nonprofit. We will be establishing relationships with all of those schools and creating a STEM league where they'll be competing in robotics and drones and rovers and coding and just creating a new reality for our community. It's time to pour back into our children and let them know that their futures are bright, extremely bright.
So how many teams do you have going today?
We have 30 high schools that will represent, eventually, they'll all become STEM teams. And there's another 15 or 20 that are interested.
How would schools that want to get involved at this point?
They would reach out to us at thesteamrevolution.com. That's
okay.
www.thesteamrevolution.com. They will make their interest known, and we will come out and visit their school, tell them what it's all about, and then get them involved.
Man, listen, man, thank you so much for doing this for our kids. STEM is a really big deal, and, you know, we've been a little bit behind the 8 ball, but it's time that we catch up. So thank you so much, brother.
Absolutely. Georgia House Resolution 1036 is urging the state. There's over 20,000 jobs available that average $85,000 a year for STEM-related jobs, and we're just trying to prepare, you know, the disadvantaged communities, all of our communities to step up and fill these roles so that Georgia can thrive.
Corey Henry, president of STEAM Revolution Inc. Again, if you want to get your school involved, thesteamrevolution.com. Corey, thank you for taking time out to talk to us, and good luck today over at the America's Mart.
Thank you.
V103. No.
This ROTC Brigade, Atlanta Public Schools, look out for what STEAM Revolution is doing in your schools, in your communities, bringing this narrative to the streets. Life Unlocked, story is being told. Let's go.
That down because I'm telling you, APS and everything.
There'll be a waiting list to get in the ROTC after we pull this type of stuff off.
It's a data-driven organization, and so we got to make sure that we can capture that. And the way you can do it too is, like I say, we got a curriculum, and we got a student coming out of middle school that was interested, and they knocking their door to get in JROTC because they want to go on.
They do more of that.
They want to do some more of this STEAM, robotics, and all those type of activities that we have incorporated into our curriculum. Exactly. And so that's what I'm doing is. And so like I said, this is a lead. It was greatest behind it, but I got another one right in front of me. And like I said, it's JCLC. Just like you look at that. Yeah. And I'm already in the plane and saying, hey, and my sergeant major, like I said, we've already reached out to Columbus State, and they sent me a bill and I turn around and send the bill to. But now I want this other portion because there's more practical application to what we're doing with the drug. So okay, So now we getting ready to go out and go do land navigation. I'm gonna set up the drone. See, can you track these individuals?
Thank you.
And like I said, with the professional pilot, that's all helping so we don't lose the door drone.
Exactly.
Hey, they going up on the tower, fly the drone up there. Let's look at them while they up on the tower.
Thank you.
All of those types of things
That
here.
is situational
And
awareness.
so all those practical application pieces of it, and I'm telling you, I think that'll go a long way, and then that'll open up the door for more individuals to want to go to JCL. So a lot of people say, hey, man, I'm scared of heights, I'm scared of water, but guess what? I'm good at drones, I'm good at these other STEAM type
good at these other things.
And so
I look forward to it.
So I say, you're going to get a little bit of this, you can get a little bit of that. And the ones that's all about adventure, hey, adventure is good and fun, but when you start trying to transition this to marketable type skills, you need some of this. So it's a good mix of both of them need to come together.
Yep, I totally agree.
Okay.
Totally agree.
Listen.
So that's what today was about. And again, they're on board.
Okay. Good.
So they understand that all of this builds a better pool of candidates for the shield.
Well, when you think of the applications of something like that for training, for a predetermined reality, right? Say, for instance, part of what we do is teach kids to think outside the box about disaster recovery and trying to respond to a disastrous situation. So do you think, like with Magic Leap, you can put people in a room and basically create scenarios where people would have to respond to certain kinds of environments, and that helps them to because I know as a soldier in the Army, I can imagine putting soldiers in situations where they have to, on the fly, respond to certain phenomena. Training police officers, firefighters, hospital workers. So as you think about, beyond just the game and the gee whiz part of it, the ability to create real world scenarios and then allow people to train in that environment, I imagine that being very powerful.
Yes, in fact, actually, they already have certain aspects of that, where you have Sketchfab that's already actually working with those things already, that already have those models in place. So let's take for construction, for instance, if you have basically the environment that you're already going to create, which is basically the 3D model, you already basically can put in there where the safety zones are. You can already teach your construction workers where the safety zones are, where these components are, where this is not being made as of yet, or this has already been made. These are the safety structures. Maybe there might even be where the pylons are, where they need to walk across. All of these things that need to be implemented can be done now. It's almost like previewing what it is, the landscape that you're going to be walking into. Which is essentially what we try to teach our children anyway, as far as mathematics or those kinds of things. If they understand the rules going in, it becomes the idea of how they can actually solve the problem.